Listen, do not sleep on Arturia plugins. I know they make some really good sounds like for your VSTs, for your virtual instruments and stuff like that, but their delays, their reverbs, and just all their other effects are absolutely incredible. And they just came out with a new plugin called Mix Drums, and this is possibly one of the best plugins that has came out in 2025. Let's go ahead and check it out.
Bolo!
All right, so we're in Studio One right now, and I made a beat on my live last night, and I used the mix drums on my drums. Now, everything that I used inside of this session is all sounds from Arturia, so none of this actual sounds, the melody stuff, is a sample. I played all that stuff out, even including the bass and all that stuff. But the drums, I did import a loop from Splice. The drums sounded good, but they needed some work. And that's why I use mix drums on the drum track so I can get the drums sounding really good. So let me go ahead and play you guys this beat real quick, and I'm gonna show you guys what I did to the drums.
Bolo! Bolo!
Y'all thought Bolo only does trap beat, but I do a little bit of everything. If you guys want to watch the whole process of me making this beat, I will put a link in the video description so you guys can see it. Had a lot of fun making it, and yeah, I'll put a link, like either like a little card link, or I'll put something in the video description so you guys can see the whole live stream of me making this beat. All right, so let me go ahead and loop this one part right here. Let me loop this, and then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys what I did to these drums, okay? So let's go ahead and loop that, and then let's go ahead and go to mix drums, okay? Like I said before, this is probably one of the best plugins that has came out in 2025, and I'm gonna show you guys right now. So let's go ahead and turn this off. Let's go and bypass the mix drums, and I'm gonna show you guys what the drums sounded like. And let me go ahead and solo the drums as well. So let me solo that, and then let me play the original drums. That's it. That's how they sounded. Now let me go ahead and play you the drums with the mixed drums engaged. Night and day, okay? Night and day. And they're not perfect because I was making it on live last night, but it works, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to take all this stuff off. I'm gonna take everything off, go back to default, and then we're gonna start from scratch with these, and I'm gonna see what I do today on some fresh ears and see how it sounds. So as you guys can see, it's a very simple plugin. If you guys want to see what is being affected, you can actually go right here to where it highlights this little white thing right here. Click on that. You can see what areas, the crossover points and all that stuff right now. It's like at 100. And then for the mids, the crossover point is right here. So that's how you can see all of that. And then right here, you have an input, which you have a thing called ceilings. And what you can do with this is you can actually clip the input coming in. And what that does is it gives it a bit of distortion, a little bit, just a little bit, it's nothing wrong with a little bit of distortion, which some people call saturation, but it gives it a little bit of distortion. And that's what I want for these drums. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, sounds pretty good. Now let's go ahead and work on these lows real quick. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna saturate it more by running it through the op amp, which basically is like a distortion type of a situation. So what we can do is run it through here. We can go ahead and turn this up. Immediately when we turn this up and move this, you're going to hear it. We have a level, so we can turn the level up. We have a wet dry knob on here to actually blend in the original signal. And then we have a shaper. We have an attack shaper and a body shaper. I'm not going to say too much. I'm just going to move some dials so you guys can hear what this thing does. And I'm going to set it to something that I like. Sounding good already. Let's go ahead and bypass this. Let's engage it. Bypass it. Let's engage it. Sounds good. Sounds dirty. I like that. Now let's go ahead and go to the mid and the highs right here. And as you guys see, it has a tape saturator right here. And then they have more saturation that you can drive this into. And we're going to go ahead and mess with that. Has a level, has a tone, has a tilt, and then has shapers on here as well. And the signal is being clipped again for the mids and the highs. So that way we can just continue to drive this and it won't really make our output go over what we want to go over. We don't want that output to be over 0. So, you know, we want to have this thing clipped, and it clips in a very like analog-y way. I like how this thing sounds. All right, so let's go ahead and mess with the mid-high. Put this on thick.
Are you guys trying to build your studio but don't have all the money right now? Well, if you're trying to do that, you might want to go ahead and click on my link in the description and head over to Zounds.com. Zounds has a whole bunch of stuff on the site, and they have a whole bunch of stuff on the site that does not require a credit or background check. Meaning, all you have to do is order it, they will ship it to you, and then you can just make monthly installments while you use your stuff. Now, it's not everything on the site, but it is a whole bunch of stuff on the site that you guys can get right now by clicking my link in the description and heading over to Zounds.com. So why wait? Go ahead and get you some gear today.
Let's engage it. Oh man, that thing dirtied them drums up. I love it. Now let's go ahead and add some space to this, which they have a few things that we can add in here. They have a reverb, they have a convo reverb, a delay, and tape delay. We're just gonna stick with the reverb and just leave it like that. And then we're just gonna add this in here. Let's bypass it. Turn it back on. Come on, man. This thing is sounding good already. Now, what we have also in here is we have a balance to where we can either turn down the mids or turn up the mid highs, or turn down the low or turn up the low. It's basically like a 2-band equalizer that we can use. And this thing is actually really cool, so you can kind of balance things out. So let's go ahead and see what we got. Just bypass it. Turn it back on. All right, sounding good. So now we got that. We have like a nice little starter point. Let's go ahead and hear this with the track, and then that way we can make some further adjustments. So let's go ahead and unsolo that, and let's just play that. All right, sounding pretty good. As you guys can see, I did this fairly quickly, and I'm telling you guys, if you're trying to get your drums to hit a little bit harder, sound a little bit bigger, this is one of the plugins that can really sound like an analog type of a unit. Now, I have a Neve MBT. I have a video out on that. I can run my drums through that, and I can make it sound really good. However, if I'm on the road and I can't take my hardware with me, I can use this and have full confidence that I can get my drum bus sounding really good. Like I said before, if you're looking for a very dope plugin, please pick this up, okay? Or at least try it out if you can. I'm telling you guys right now, Arturia is making some very, very good plugins, and you might want to go ahead and check these out. I'm going to be doing more videos on some Arturia plugins because these things are phenomenal. And of course, if they make some really good like VST sounds for synths and instruments, they got to be making some really good effects and some really good plugins like this, because the quality is just there all the way across the board with Arturia. So if you guys want to go ahead and pick this up, I will have a link in the description. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys learned something from it. And like I always say, peace out.